Hello and welcome to Rathods Science Academy. Today in this session we are going to see current affairs of 25th November 2024. So let's get started with our discussion. And many articles are related to election results, so we are eliminating that, and other important and relevant articles we are going to see. And even in our editorial page there are irrelevant articles which are not at all useful for your preparation, so skip that. Okay, so let us see first image. So see this image, guys. So what is this image is about, what you can understand from this image? So which is the art form which is depicting in this image? It is art and culture, but which art form is depicting? So you can see some fire, and you can see that person had beautiful makeup. So have you seen this image anywhere? Kantara. So what is that Kantara? What is this dance is about? Is this a dance? Yes. So actually it is a fire dance. So can you guess what is the name of this dance form? Okay, it is Tira. So actually this article is important, or image is important from art and culture. So in this art and culture, this comes under dance forms. So how many types of dance forms are there in India? We have classical dances and we have folk dances. So can you tell me examples of classical dances? How many classical dances are there in India? Okay, 8 dances are there. So example, Bharatanatyam from which state? Tamil Nadu. Kuchipudi from AP. Next, Mohiniyattam, Kerala. And one more dance from Kerala. Okay, Kathakali and Mohiniyattam. Next, Kathak, Sataria from Assam. Okay, and next, Kathak. Okay, tell me at least a list of 8 dances. Bharatanatyam, Kuchipudi, Kathak, Kathakali, Mohiniyattam, Odissi, Manipuri and Satriya. So these are the 8 dance forms which are classical. Apart from this, we are also having folk dances. So actually Tira, which comes under folk dance of India. And here you have to do some work. You have to make a table format of notes. You have to see the name of dance, and you have to see from which state it belongs to, or else take one state like AP. So which are the folk dances in AP, like that you can make a notes, or else you can take political map of India, and in that also you can mark this dance forms. This is very important because you may get a mains based question on these dance forms also. There you can use this kind of presentation, and you will be getting like choose the correct pairs. In that pairs also you will be getting this kind of dance forms for sure from art and culture. Okay, now let us talk about this dance form. So this is an example of even fire dance. So in which region this Tira is performed? In Malabar region of Kerala. So actually this dance form is performed by a particular community people. They are called as Malaya community, and they belongs to Peruvannan caste. So only Peruvannan caste people, they will be performing this Tira dance. And the deities, they were Bhagwati and Shiva. So actually this Tira is a subdivision of Theyyam. So what is the difference between this Theyyam and Tira is nothing but, so in Tira, whenever the performer who is making the dance, so we will be saying that the god is coming into that person and god is performing that dance. That is Tira. But Theyyam is nothing but whenever any person who is performing, he is performing like a god. Okay, so that is the difference between this Tira and Theyyam. So and they will be wearing ceremonial paint on the face, and as well as clothing will be very different. Okay, and this is the thing, and why this dance is performed. The important mythology behind this dance form here is they want to bring the gods to life. The gods, they will come and they will directly enter into the spirit of that person. So this is about the main purpose of this dance. And actually it is the dance form which is seen in state of Kerala and as well as even Karnataka. And actually here mainly in this Thiru, male will be performing this dance, not female. Okay, so that is the thing. And see this article, guys. Very important article. Viksit Bharat Dialogue will be held in January to connect youth to politics, says PM. So what is the keyword? Viksit Bharat Dialogue. So let us break down this. What is this Viksit Bharat is about? So India should become developed country and the target year is 2047. Then what is this Viksit Bharat Dialogue? Why we are going to conduct in month of January? So what is the speciality of January? Not Republic Day. Apart from that, any important days in January? Not Pongal and not Republic Day. Apart from that, yes, Youth Day. So on which day we will be celebrating this National Youth Day? 14th January. Next. Yeah, not. I'm talking about January. Why you're saying June? No, you said June. You said June. Okay, so it is on January 25th. Okay, so actually we are talking about youth here. So on this National Youth Day, which we celebrate on January 25th, we are going to have this Viksit Bharat Dialogue. So what will be there in this Viksit Bharat Dialogue? What we are going to talk about? Youth into politics. Why youth need to come to politics? Decriminalization. Okay, next. Wow, today's children are tomorrow's citizens. Next. Next, come on. So why youth need to be involved? Why youth need to be involved? So tell me about what are the problems of youth in India. Unemployment, very good. Next. No, next. Youth problems. Yeah, skills. Okay, no skills. Next. What are the problem of you guys? I'm asking about you only. Tell me, Manoj. Youth problems. You don't have any problem? Food in hostel. See, not that. Tell me something. What problems are there? Tell me. Time. For what? I'm not talking your personal problem here. Tell me overall general problems of youth in India. Okay, development, skills, education. Uh, mm, okay, skills, lack of funds, startups. Okay. For what? For what? Government support for what exactly? You're right. Tell me. Okay, what can be done in this dialogue? Think. Okay, so exactly the link is how this youth can be used for achieving this Viksit Bharat. So tell me from that point of view, how youth can be utilized to make our country developed country by 2047. Are you getting my? Okay, human capital resource, how we can use? Okay, improve the skills. Okay. Okay, next. Okay, decriminalization of politics. Okay. Vinod. Huh? Huh? Thinking. Okay. So actually on January 11th and 12th, we are going to have this Viksit Bharat Young Leaders Dialogue in New Delhi. And in this dialogue, we are going to connect around 1 lakh youth to politics. Particularly these students or youth, they should come from non-political backgrounds. And this event, which coincides with Swami Vivekananda's birth anniversary, which we celebrate as a National Youth Day. Okay, so Government of India initiated a new platform for youth engagement, And this name is Viksit Bharat Young Leaders Dialogue. So you may get a question like, recently Viksit Bharat Young Youth Leader Dialogue is in news. So what is it? So it is nothing but we are encouraging youth in politics. And next one here is, we are going to replace this National Youth Festival in 2025 by this dialogue. And one more thing here is, our Prime Minister is having a vision of increased youth participation in national development. Why youth need to be participated in this national development? So if you go to demographics, that means the population of youth. So can you give me like any guess or estimates of population that you know regarding youth? So how much percentage of youth are there in India when we compare to the total population of India? As we are saying that India is enjoying demographic dividend. So can we include youth in that? So if there is more number of youth, then only we can say that is demographic dividend. So now can you tell me some estimates of youth population in India? So why our Prime Minister is thinking that youth need to participate in our national development to achieve this Viksit Bharat 2047? Are you getting my question? Now tell me. Okay, 40%. So if you see the statistics, it is saying that as per 2011 census, India's youth population is 333.4 millions. So when we compare with 2001 census, it was 77 million increase of youth. Once if we get the recent census data, then again this amount or the number will be increased obviously. So if you want to achieve this target of developed country status for India, this youth is very important. We have to understand and we have to address the problems of this youth. So for this, our Prime Minister, he want to engage with the youth for national development. Okay, so actually one more important problem with our youth is unemployment rate. Unemployment rate is very higher with higher levels of education. So there is link between unemployment and education. So despite of having higher education, there is very high unemployment rate in India. In 2022, unemployment rate was 18.4%. I'm not telling overall unemployment rate, but the students or youth who had the secondary education or higher education, in that students itself there is 18.4%. That means youth who completed secondary education and as well as higher education, in those people the unemployment rate is 18.4. So if you see 2024 data, overall unemployment rate is 9.2%. Clear? And especially 29.1% of unemployment rate is there for graduates. That means who completed their degree, unemployment rate is 29%. And if you see the employment, if you see this labor force in youth, here 61% are young men and 19% are young women. So here there is disparity. So if we are integrating this youth in politics, and if you are making awareness, and if you are taking the problems of youth, and if the government is solving that problems of youth, obviously we can improve our status. So this is the idea of our Prime Minister. So what are the goals of this dialogue? The first important aim, it is to discover and nurture young talent. Why we have to waste this young talent? So we have to nurture as much as possible. We have to use it as much as possible. And we have to provide a direct platform for youth to present their ideas directly to Prime Minister. This is the one important aim. And next one here is, we are also focusing on encouraging political engagement among young individuals. And in this dialogue, we are trying to involve around 1 lakh youth with no political background. Okay, so actually, you may get some facts in your examination. So first one is, it is going to replace National Youth Festival in 2025. And here we are focusing on increased youth participation in India's national development initiatives. And here in this dialogue, we are having 4 levels. So they will be conducting quiz, they will be conducting essay writing competition, and they will be having competitions at the state level and national level. So those are the 4 levels of the things which are there in this dialogue. And even the venue of this national championship at the national level, that is the 3rd stage in this dialogue, which happens on 11th and 12th in, especially venue is Bharat Mandapam. Okay. And here 1 lakh youth initiative we are focusing on, especially those youth should come from non-political background, and they will be encouraging political engagement among younger individuals in India. Okay, see this article guys, climate deal, a mere illusion says India. So what is this article? It is about COP29, yes. And regarding COP29, we are going to release a full-length video regarding what is that COP, why this COP, and what are the reasons behind this COP, and what are the highlights of this COP in our Telugu channel today. So please do watch that. Don't miss that video. Okay, so this article is talking about COP29. So what is this COP? Meaning of COP or full form of COP? Conference of Parties. So what is this number 29? So till now we have 29 meetings. So every year we will be having COP29, but because of COVID-19 at that time it had been delayed. Okay, so it happened in which area? Baku in Azerbaijan. Okay, so what are the things which highlighted by India in this COP29? Climate finance next. Apart from this climate finance, okay, so what is the India's demands for this climate finance? $1.3 trillion per year till 2035 annually. Okay, so this article is saying that, so COP29 in Baku, a climate finance deal which aimed at mobilizing $1.3 trillion annually by 2035 was adopted. So the highlight of this 29 COP is, yes, they said that we are going to give the climate finance of $1.3 trillion every year till 2035. But India rejected this proposal. India rejected this proposal claiming that it failed to address other significant challenges which posed by climate change. And here India said that it is like just an illusion. It did not meet the expectations of developing countries. We don't have like proper clear-cut idea like where this finance can be used. Only they said that we are going to finance, but where we have to use, in which area, like improvement of technology or decreasing of carbon dioxide emissions or transition towards renewable energy. So they didn't give a clear idea regarding where we have to use. So because of this, India criticized this agreement as just an illusion. So illusion is nothing but it is not there, but it is appearing like presenting there. Okay, so that is the thing which mainly said. And one more important point which is said that, yes, India's strong opposition underscores that we are dissatisfied among developing countries. We are saying that inadequacy of climate finance commitments. So they are saying that we are going to give finance, but what are the commitments regarding this finance? We don't have that commitments. And India said that it is just like illusion regarding this agreement. And actually India said that there will be no actionable support. So only climate finance is not only enough, but even we need to have the support from the developed countries, especially regarding the technology transfer. But they didn't said about anything regarding technology transfer. And next one here is the agreed figure of climate finance is $1.3 trillion by 2035, which says that there is urgency of finance mobilization for climate initiatives. But actually, there are some concerns regarding accountability and transparency. So why there is no accountability and transparency? So earlier, whatever the climate finance target we have, that is $100 billion. So OPEC plus countries, they said that we provided that. But there is no accountability, like who took that? And in which areas they had been used. And again, here also the same problem. So they said we are going to give $1.3 trillion by annually or every year, but there is no accountability. So because of this, India is rejecting this kind of agreement. And next one is, again, there is a lot of gap or divide between developed and as well as developing countries. Now it is one more significant barrier to effective climate action. And next here is carbon markets. So United Nations approved carbon markets. It is a way forward, but potentially there are some challenges regarding these carbon markets as well. So actually there is no proper regulatory framework. So for improvement of this effectiveness of carbon markets, we need to have some effective regulatory frameworks. So if we are coming up with regulatory frameworks, then we can utilize this carbon markets. And next one here is, we are also need to focus on trust and as well as collaboration. We need to have a proper genuine partnership with the countries so that this kind of climate action will be meaningful. And next one here is, we need to come up with a new climate plan so that countries, they will be committing towards their target so that we can address this climate change. Until and unless if the country do not have the proper climate targets, we can't achieve this, because there is increasing of climate change at a very faster pace compared to that of earlier years. So there is, even we are experiencing lot of climate change events like increasing of cloudburst, increasing of heat waves, wildfires, landslides, and very heavy rainfall that happened in the recent year in AP and Telangana, like that. Okay, so because of all these things, we need to come up with the new climate plans. So this is the thing which mainly said here. Okay, and see this article, guys. India's urban infrastructure financing needs and reality. So what is this article talking about? India's urban infrastructure. So why now we need to talk about this urban infrastructure. So tell me, what is the difference between rural areas and urban areas? Basic difference. Population will be more or less in urban areas? More. Okay, other criteria? Infrastructure. So tell me, what is the basic criteria that we will say that this area is rural area and that area is urban area? Infrastructure, yes, agriculture. So agriculture is a primary activity in rural areas. And what is the primary activity in urban areas? Surface sector and tertiary sector, and service sector is nothing but tertiary sector. So industries and service sectors are the primary economic activities in urban areas. And infrastructure wise also, we will be having advanced infrastructure in urban areas compared to that of rural areas. So what is the problem in urban areas now? So why we are talking about urban infrastructure? Think and tell me. Urban floods, okay. Next. Urban heat islands. So what is the major reason behind this urban heat islands? Why we are increasing this concrete structures? Less greenery. Apart from this, why we are increasing these buildings? Yes, increasing of population. So there is an increased trend of migration, that to rural to urban migration. So here this article is giving a statistics that in India, urban population is expected to be double by 2050. Okay, by 2050, around 800 million people will be there in urban areas. So write down this data. So here, if we want to maintain, or if we want to give this basic sanitation or basic essential services for this urban people, like around 800 million people, so we have to spend around 70 lakhs, especially on infrastructure. So if you see what is expenditure now in the urban areas, it is just 1.3 lakh rupees. So now whatever the annual government investment is, just rupees 7.3 lakh crore. That means now we are in 2024. In 2024, we are spending around 1.3 lakh crore every year. But by 2050, we have to spend 70 lakhs. That means how much funding gap is there? So there is a large amount of funding gap that is present to give the basic amenities for the people in the urban areas. So here, one more problem here is, normally urban areas, what is a local self-government body we have? Municipalities. So what is the problem with this local self-government bodies, either panchayats or municipalities? Do they have their own finances? No. The finances of these municipals are stagnant, and even they are inefficient in tax collection as well. And even whatever the amount they will be spending for the projects, it will be very less, because they will be getting funds at a very low amount. So that here there is a low project spending. So these all the issues that we are having in our urban areas from municipality side. So here we have to address these issues, and not only this, we have to bring some structural reforms in our municipalities so that we can give the basic amenities for these people, or else it will become a disaster. Okay, so this article is saying that there is rapid increasing of urban population that will increase the pressure on existing infrastructure. For example, if you are having 10 buses which are providing services, if there is increasing of population, will that 10 buses enough? No, right? For example, if you are having a small lane of road which is having a capacity of passage of, for example, 100 buses per a day, 100 motors or like that. So if the increasing of population, obviously there will be the increasing of movement of vehicles. So whatever the infrastructure that we are having now, that is not suitable for providing the service in the future if we are having the increasing of urban population. So for that we need to focus on proactive planning, and as well as we have to invest on infrastructure in urban areas. So it is the first important point. And next one here is we are having shortage of funds. So whatever the current investments level, it is very less. That is just 1.3 lakh rupees per every year on infrastructure. And we have to come up with innovative financing mechanism. So do our government have these funds to improve the infrastructure? No. Then what can be done? We can attract private investments. So here in this innovative financing mechanisms, we have to focus on the private investment, so that we can bridge whatever the funding gap which is present in our thing. And next one here is, already you know about what are the problems of municipalities and panchayats that you had studied in your polity classes. So actually they don't have the proper finances. Because of this, there is decreasing of urban development, and even we are not giving proper importance for enhancing of local revenue sources. We are not giving autonomy for collecting of taxes. And next one here is ineffective tax collection that need to be improved. We need to have the improved governance, and as well as we have to improve efficiency in the local governing bodies, that is helpful for financial sustainability of municipalities or municipal corporation in the urban areas. And next important point here is whatever the municipal revenue is there, so they, with those revenues, they are going for very poor management and there is no proper planning. So because of this, now what are the problems we are having? There is increasing of problems because of this poor implementation issues from the municipalities. And you can write about examples of urban floods, etc., greenery, no proper waste management system, etc. And next one here is, even there is also declining of public-private partnerships because there is lack of confidence in the financial viability of urban projects. Okay, so here we have to attract more private investment so that we can increase infrastructure in these urban areas. And we have to bring some structural reforms, especially we can come up with the strong project pipelines so that we have to ensure sustainable urban growth and as well as infrastructure development. Okay, and say this article. Student loan urges PM Vidya Lakshmi scheme to add further boost. What is the keyword? PM Vidya Lakshmi scheme. So it is a very new scheme, right? So there is a high chance of getting question in your prelims regarding this PM Vidya Lakshmi scheme. So now tell me what is this scheme is about. Vidya means related to education. Lakshmi is related to money. Next. Okay, merit-based scholarship to girls. Girls for higher education. Okay, Union government approved this Pradhan Mantri Vidya Lakshmi scheme, and it is focusing on providing of finance assistance for meritorious students for higher education, especially they are giving scholarship for women or girls. And the important objective is it is aligning with the national education policy, and under this also they are going to provide collateral free loans. So what is meaning of collateral? Collateral means? Okay, you have to keep some security in the bank. For example, you can keep gold, or you can keep any documents of land or any documents of house or anything, the property based thing that you will be keeping in the bank, and you will be getting the money against that property. That is called as collateral. But here under this scheme they are going to provide collateral free. That means there is no need of keeping any documents in the bank, but you can get loans. Okay, and next one here is students enrolled in the institutions which are ranked within top 100 by NIRF, that is National Institutional Ranking, and those from 101 to 200 range from the state government, and all central government institutions are eligible. Then what about other institutions? Is there any discrimination that we can see here? Yes. So only NIRF ranking institutions and as well as top institutions of state government and central government government institutions are eligible under this scheme, but not all. So because of this, there is also a challenge of discrimination. Okay, so that is one important thing. And next one here is under this scheme, the beneficiaries, they can benefit over 22 lakh students, and they will be giving the list of the colleges annually based on the rankings of NIRF. Okay, so that is the thing, it's more than enough. And what are the objectives? The first one is they want to ensure financial inclusion in education. And why we need to have financial inclusion? So because of just finance, we should not prevent the students to get education. So for that, we want to remove this financial hurdle so that they will be continuing their higher education. And this one is we are going to support only top educational institutions. Why? Because we want to maintain quality of education. And next one is we want to focus on transparent and digital access. So we will be fully using the digital things for enrollment, for everything, so that we can ensure transparency. And whenever we are using any portals or websites, it will be like student friendly. Okay, say this article. Fast moving goods seeing a slowdown. What is the keyword? Fast moving goods. So examples of fast moving goods, can you give me what is this fast moving goods? Dairy products, next. Vegetables. Packaged products. So for this packaged products and dairy products, what is the shelf life? What is the life of these products? Will be more or less? Okay, less. Okay, so why this fast moving goods slowdown is impacting our economy? Why we will be thinking about about the slowdown of this fast moving goods? So what will be the impact on the economy? Whether we will be having the positive impact or negative impact? Negative impact. Okay, first I will tell you what is the meaning of this fast moving consumer goods, then later on I will come back to my question. So fast moving consumer goods or consumer packaged goods or the products, they sold very quickly and at a relatively low cost. And this industry is characterized by the high volume sales, and they will be having good turnover for the companies. And next one here is based on the consumer needs, they will be processing the food and they will be packing the foods. And these goods are very essential for every day. They will be including everyday food items, beverages, toiletries, cleaning supplies, and other low cost household items. And actually these goods, they will be having a short shelf life. So if you take any chips packet, so the manufacturing date till the 3 months or 2 months, that will be the normal life. For example, if you take any dairy products, it will be not more than 1 to 2 months like that. And even they will be having very high consumer demand. For example, soft drinks and for convections, and for example, meat, dairy products and baked goods, so they will be having a lot of demand. So now tell me, whenever there is decreasing of demand for this fast movement goods, then what will be the impact? Because they are having higher demand. Okay, less purchases will happen. So because of this less purchases, what will be the impact on economy? GDP decreases. Next. Next, one more thing I want. What is the relationship between employment and decrease in the demand for this goods? How employment will be decreased? So these products normally will be having the high demand. That means there will be the high production in those companies. So if there is decrease in the demand, what happened? Decreasing of production, decreasing of unemployment. That means again that will lead to increasing of unemployment rates. Okay, next. So it also includes meat and dairy products. So meat and dairy products are the rich protein requirement, right? So they will be giving the protein requirement for the people. Whenever there is decreasing, again it will be impacting the nutrition on the people. Next. Come on, think. Disease. Next. Okay. So impact on primary sector, because these are the goods which are processed from the primary sector. Next. Okay, I want to ask one more question. So why there is decrease in the demand now? What is happening in our economy? Uh, in cold season, people will not be eating bakery foods or meat or dairy products. Cool drink. Okay, so for cool drink, it is winter season to be accepted. Then what about meat and dairy products? Festive seasons? Okay, next. What is happening in our economy regarding food? Food inflation is happening. So whenever food inflation is happening, for example, if I take an example of a middle income group, okay, middle income class, for example, like me. So if I have 100, what happened? If I had 100 rupees, so I will be purchasing vegetables or essential things which is required for my family. So the prices had been increased. For example, onion price 80 rupees kg or tomato price 100 rupees per kg. So will I go to the market and will I take this baked products or any other products? No. Because of this food inflation also there will be impact on this fast movement or consumer packaged foods. So people will be not going for buying of unnecessary things like chips, cool drinks, like that. Okay? Yeah, see here. This article is saying that fast moving consumer good companies have flagged concerns. They are saying that concerns are, especially in urban areas, there is slow down of demand for these goods because of food inflation. Okay, so that is the thing which mainly said, that's it. And here you have to see the statistics regarding fast moving consumer goods industry in India. So actually this sector is the fourth largest sector in our Indian economy. If there is decreasing of demand, obviously it is affecting our economy. There is decreasing of GDP. And especially in 2022, this sector, especially urban area, accounted for 65% of overall annual FMCG sales. Why? Because in rural areas they will sit and they will cook their food. But in urban areas, they will always see for ready-made food in the market. Yes or no? So because of this, most of the sales will happen in urban areas. So this is the cause of concern for the companies now. In urban areas, the market had been decreased. How we can sustain? Okay. And next one here is, in rural areas, it is contributing only for 35%. If you go to any rural areas, do we get this KFC? Do we get this McDonald's, burgers, pizzas? No, right? Okay, that is the thing. And next one here is household and personal care products, and they make up around 50% of industry sales, and healthcare 31 to 32%, and food and beverages 18 to 90%. So if you go to any rural areas, will they give importance for these toiletries or household or personal kits? Will they use this kind of, what is that, especially in winter we will be using some skincare products? They will be not at all using, they will be just applying oil. Yeah. So in that way, so mostly these are the products which are having more demand in the urban areas. And even if you see the employment, it will create employment to 3 million people. You can see how many people are employed in this sector, and they account for 5% of total factory employment in India. So if there is any decreasing in the demand, obviously it is affecting lots of people in our country. So it is one more cause of concern for government. Okay. So any doubts? So these are the important topics that appeared in our today's Hindu newspaper. So by this I'm concluding, and we are providing daily current affairs quiz for free, and also every day we are providing one mains question on our Telegram channel, and please do join that channel, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel, and please do hit the like button, and please do share this class to your friends. Thank you so much for watching, guys.